Thank you for being here for episode 8 on Air to Breathe. I'm your host, Shannon Wright, also known as Royal. Just love hearing the birds singing. Thank you. All right, I'm out on a walk today and making a decision to address something that I've been dreading, which is taking a before picture. Yes, starting a journey that is my next challenge. Figure if I can get a Class A CDL, I can conquer this next challenge. All right, I'm on my way to get more exercise, and then I'm going to have to take my bike in for servicing, and then I will be posting up the before picture. Very humbling, but it's about accountability and making this thing rock. Continuing to unlock my blueprint of intention and helping you unblock yours too. And helping you unlock yours too. All right, here to take this before picture. Feeling a bit of trepidation, but hey, got to start somewhere. Now I'm starting further behind than when I first started this journey some time ago for driving a semi-truck. Have a whole testimony about that. But right now, let's just get it where we are. Let's capture it. This is documenting my intention, and hopefully this will be the last time I see this type of body image as I work on my house. Because in this house, as for me in my house, we will serve the Lord. And while I love myself at any weight, I want to improve and be at optimal weight and health, which I am blessed to have great health. Now we just need to deal with some thighs and some arms and some back. And let's get this. It's actually been a little while since I've been online. Of course, when I was over the road, everything was confidential, and I was known as the wonderful name my husband gave me, Royal. That was my trucker name. So I am grateful to be able to share some stories along the way with that, but also share my health journey here right now in conjunction with it down the line as well. Thank you for being here. Today I'm going to be getting my bike serviced, so I'll be back to riding my bike. I used to ride on my bike every day because I was a homeschooler, and the way I gave my children PE was to take them out on the lake, which I just lived a few blocks from Lake Michigan here in Chicago, and I would take them out on the path that would go from Montrose to downtown. So I would literally ride my bike 12 miles a day. So I'm looking forward to getting back to that. I have great memories of my kids jogging beside me or riding their bike beside me or all of us jogging. And we had a destination on the path that we knew we had to get to every day to reach the goal of 5 miles. So it was 2.5 out, 2.5 back. And then I would turn around after walking or jogging that and get on my bike and ride down to Navy Pier. enjoy my apple, and then return home. That was my morning routine. So I have ability to be disciplined. I just have to make it a priority. As with any of us, if something's important enough to us, we have to make it a priority, and then we have to be disciplined to go get it. Anything I set my mind to, I accomplish. You can ask Mamie that. She'll tell you. She calls me her headstrong daughter, which that's true. I got it honestly. So now I'm headstrong about the fact that I'm tired of dealing with the extra when I know I can be svelte and be better, and I know I have the discipline to do it. I just need to set my mind, set my intention, right, Kara? So I'm very grateful. In fact, I'm wearing Life by Kara, by Kara Scott Dentley, and I look forward to modeling that a bit for you later. But I'm very grateful to have this opportunity to take this challenge. April Maria, my booking agent, has been my accountability partner on this journey that I'm starting here. And so today I state my intention, and that is to put my before picture out there and then begin working to see that change. So when I hit my next benchmark, I will show my progress at that point. She's got the metrics and the behind the scenes. I will show you the results. But this is day one, making it happen. Today I'm sporting my wonderful hoodie by Kara Scott Dentley's line called Life by Kara. As you can see, it is gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I get a lot of compliments on it when I wear it. Very comfortable. I have put my own hoodie strings in. Bit of bling, bling, bling. And of course, I have a cute little tank by her as well, by Life by Kara. She has a wonderful hula hoop that's also blue and pink, and she is the queen of hula hoops, of hula hooping. Of course, there's a hoodie. Again, super nice, nice smooth zipper. That was a little bit challenging, but it's done. Now we're moving forward, and I expect to see some changes in the next month or so here, at least to reach my first goal. And so in the spirit of putting some skin in the game to show accountability and give an opportunity for myself to come forward. The next podcast is going to address who are we before God, and we are who God says we are. So for starters, I wanted to give a little more background about myself. I was driving a semi truck over this country for about the last 2.5, almost 3 years, and I had an opportunity to have such an amazing experience being out there over the road. At the same time, it was a time of mourning the loss of my father, who died in May of 2021, and just an opportunity to really sit in the presence of God sometimes. So the truck had many nicknames. I called her Cassie, but there were many nicknames, and the nicknames were metaphors for my experience over the road. I'm looking forward to bringing those forward and sharing just what I learned during those times. And during the pandemic, I spent a lot of time really resting and being in the presence of God and just replenishing after going through some pretty challenging things and health issues with one of the members of my family, and becoming that person's caregiver for a year, and feeling like I'm going to finally just get back on track in 2020. So had a one-woman show called Love Shannon XO, which opened at Lifeline Theaters in Rogers Park to 2 sold-out audiences. I was thrilled, very excited. I was in a storytelling festival then, so the theater props were what was on the stage, and that was the background of my show. The content was the value, and I did a feedback forums afterward, had an opportunity to get some great feedback from people on the show, and was really looking forward to getting it going and moving forward, and how great 2020 was going to be. And I was just cast into Ordinary Joe, which was a new series that was coming out. I was an extra at first, but then a producer's pick, he liked me, and I essentially was going to be on subsequent episodes, so they were in the middle of getting extra outfit pictures and things of me for continuity, so we'd know what outfits, I guess, to put me in. I was so excited about that. The next day, we received word that we are all quarantined, and they'll be getting back to us by, at that point, I think they said June. We never heard back. I don't know what happened. I was so excited to have landed that. I had also, year prior, been in a new movie called When We Pray, P-R-E-Y. It was a whodunit film, and that was actually directed by Kelly Richmond Pope, who also did All the Queen's Horses, which is a great Netflix. Blah, blah, blah. Rewind, take 2. A great network series. That's not it either. What are you doing, Shannon? It's all these cars going by. I'm like, squirrel. Okay, no. A great Netflix series about Rita Cromwell, who embezzled money from a small town in Illinois, and she was actually, purchasing racehorses with it. So it's a really great documentary. And so she did one also on this church that had experienced some of the same things, and I was cast in that as Robin Scholes, and it was wonderful doing that. And so I knew that was going to be coming up in that year. In 2020, it was supposed to be going to the Martha's Vineyard for the film festival. We were so excited about the nomination and everything. Of course, since there was now a pandemic, that was canceled, or at least it was online, and the film only showed for like a day, so no one really got to see the work that we did in that, or at least my friends. But the beauty was that I was cast in that, and then I was cast in another movie called Red, as a British detective, and that was exciting. And then I guess their funds were kind of interrupted, and that was not able to go forward. So a lot of things got canceled, and it was a very difficult thing to accept. And now we're into a pandemic, so I wasn't sure what I was doing at that point, but I did hear God say be still, so I was obedient. I was hanging in my hammock in Bird Sanctuary nearby my home. There's a couple of sanctuaries, one by the lake and one at Indian Boundary here in Chicago, that was just so beautiful. And I just had a chance to just really be in the presence of God and just be patient. Fast forward, June came and went. We didn't go back. I didn't know what I was going to do. By November, I made a decision to get my Class A CDL and become a semi-truck driver. People were talking about who was essential and what work was essential, and I wanted to be able to work to fill the gap to recover from a year of one of our family members having cancer, and then to recover from now these days that were lost to the pandemic. And so for 2.5 years, that's what I was doing, driving a semi-truck. So I have a lot of stories to tell there, but all along during that time, I kept my vision for who I am and my purpose and what I'm truly intended to be doing. And now I have the pleasure of being focused and picking up the mantle to keep forward in that endeavor. So that is what this is about, the podcast. I'm looking forward to sharing my commercial soon about it, but just coming here to just share my heart, essentially. That I'm not proud to say that sitting in a semi-truck for long hours, as I traveled over the entire country. As I said in an earlier episode, I traveled to every state except one, Vermont, and hi there, we were waving. A lady passed by earlier and was like, "Oh, did I get in your shot?" But it's faced on me, so it's fun. The camera's facing me. Anyway, so I'm waving at passersby who are waving at me, but I'm happy to be outside today, and I am a true nature girl, if you will. I grew up in the South and climbing trees and running around on the lake and fishing with my granddad on the lake. And this was back in the day around Lake James when it wasn't all touristy, and my granddad could pull the truck down to the lake and we could put our feet in and sit on the bed and fish together. I never baited my own hook. My granddad always did that. But once I was in high school, we went to a vocational high school, and angling and archery was one of the subjects, and I took angling and had an opportunity to learn how to fish the way I want to fish, which is with dough and honey. That's another way of baiting your hook or lures. Okay, that was extra. Anyway, so I'm a nature person. I love being outside, so I'm grateful to be out here today. And it was fitting because I'm starting my fitness journey again, just really making that decision to get up again. As I said, driving over the long hours on the road, I was sitting probably 11, 12 hours in a day, the most. And that was one of the things I hadn't really thought too much about in terms of choosing to be in this career temporarily. Just every year I probably gained 8 to 10 pounds. And that's even with jumping rope with my weighted jump rope after I get out of the truck at night sometimes, or I'd go walking around in the store, or whatever stores were still open, like Target or like stores, department stores that stay open late, to get my walk in, and still I didn't escape it. It got me. I gained an extra probably 25, 30 pounds, and I need to get that off. So that's humbling, but I'm just being genuine with you, and you will see me conquer this just like anything else I set my mind to conquer. This is also a transition in my life. I don't know who else is listening to this out there, but this was a transition. This is rather a transition, becoming an empty nester and really having time for myself again. That's uninterrupted. And it feels great to have my life back in that respect. And I'm really looking forward to just really taking care of more self-care, I should say. So I love taking care of myself. I love myself, and I really love in the mornings taking an opportunity to get outside and first thing and look at the sun, get some sunlight in your eyes. We definitely need that early in the morning. I need some vitamin D on this Irish and fair skin here. And to get an opportunity to really ground in earth, especially now that it's warmer out in Chicago. We do not take warm days for granted here because winter lasts all 11 months. We get a month of warmth, it feels like. So I love getting outside, putting my feet on the ground, and I just really want to encourage that if you don't earth or ground, if you will, it is something that's truly valuable for just resetting your clock and just getting that opportunity to feel secure and grounded as this oak of righteousness, as the Bible says that we are to be, in order to stand upright and secure, to make sure our roots are planted in the proper places. And it's for me, it's a tradition that I like to do because it reminds me that I want to stay present, stay grounded, stay genuine, and really tied into my sovereign purpose. So having that opportunity to put your feet on the ground and to imagine your roots going down deep and really being energized, and then having that opportunity to just breathe. I had an opportunity to read a book during the pandemic called Breath by James Nestor. It was a really great book, just emphasizing how many people tend to mouth breathe and breathe very shallowly. And as a singer, it's very important to make sure that you're breathing from your diaphragm and breathing properly. So I really had took that time also to read that book because of the pandemic, and a lot of people who had very weak lungs who died and ended up getting COVID and died on the breathing machines or the ventilators. So I was not only was earthing, but also practicing those deep breaths. So I love that I'd gotten to a place where I could count all the way up, inhale and count all the way up to over 50 before exhaling. And it really helped my lungs to get very strong. I can hold notes longer and different things. So it really proved to be a great book. Anyway, I shared that to say that these are some of the things that I do to just get centered and grounded before I even go into commanding my day. I love that one of my mentors, Zinja Glass, emphasizes that we need to command our day, and so that's part of something that I set out to do, is stay grounded and rooted, and to take time to really breathe deeply and just stay anchored no matter what's going on, stay present no matter what's going on. So who are we before God? You know what, hold off. There's a school bus going by that's quite loud right now. Hello. There's a school bus that's going by, so bear with me. Anyway, I want to encourage you to take this time to reset and examine, who does God say you are? If you're in a place where you feel like you have lost yourself in a way, or you feel like there's transition going on and you need new energy, a new perspective, new intentions, that's what I'm about. Right now, as I am no longer driving a semi-truck, I have just really been returning to my first love and my purpose. And not that I didn't still participate in my purpose while I was over the road, because I did share my faith with people and make an impact, and I look forward to sharing some of that. But there are dreams and plans that I've had that had been put on hold. And I used to say they're delayed but not denied. But now I believe they were delayed and I was being developed, because now is the time that they're coming to fruition and I'm coming forward. I'm someone who's very private online, as far as I would hardly ever come online to post anything, and it would usually be some good news or just highlights and things like that. I never made it a practice of being online every day and things like that. But I am officially coming back to social media and giving an opportunity. Hi there, how you doing? Coming back to social media and giving my heart and taking the opportunity to finally come online. Like I said, I'm one of the last people to come online. I'm learning a lot in this process, but I really love connection. So I really have just decided to be brave and come online and expand my singing, my show, comedy, improv, and just my testimony online. It's definitely out of my comfort zone, but my heart is in the right place. And you know, I would say with more than 8.2 billion people on this planet, I'm looking for the ones that I'm assigned to, who really want to hear what I have to share, and my testimony will impact. So if this resonates with you, anything that I've shared, anything that I will share, if you go back and look at episodes 1 through 7 and it speaks to you in any way, please do come aboard. I love that you would be with me as we are striving to be excellent. And well, actually, we don't have to strive for anything, but being intentional about being excellent and encouraging one another on our path. So now I have put it out here that I'm going to be losing weight. I have April, I have Kara, I have Catherine, I have Zinja, I have Beneath all those friends of mine who are definitely holding me accountable and excited to see me come forward. We're always happy to see each other coming and becoming. So I've entrusted this to you, and I will be praying for all those who are assigned to me. As I said, you know, with 8.2 billion people in this world, there are some who are assigned to me and are assigned to learn from my testimony and whom I can learn from, and we can share our lights together. So thank you for tuning in once again. I'm Shannon Wright, and this has been Air to Breathe. Have a great day. We'll see you again here real soon. Thank you for joining us on Air to Breathe today. I appreciate you watching. Please take time to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for connecting and for being here. You could have been anywhere today and you were here. So I thank you, and I would love for you to share anything that you would like to share in the comments. If you need prayers, where you're tuning in from. I believe the last episode someone responded, it looked like they're from the Philippines or China. That is so wonderful. And I'm amazed that I started at 0 a little over a week ago, and I believe there's now maybe 12 followers on the podcast. So thank you, 12 who saw something here and decided to come and be a part of this community. I hope and pray that it continues to grow and be a light, salt to all who are coming to learn here or to share here or to be here. And we will see you on the next podcast, which will be videoed and drop on Friday. So the next podcast will be taped on Saturday, July 5th, and then again on Monday the 7th, Wednesday the 9th, and Friday the 11th. For now, I'm going to say that Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays I will be posting. We're going to see how that feels. Thanks for rolling with me on this, and I look forward to sharing some comedy improv with you here soon, some voice characters, as well as singing. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll look forward to seeing you here again on Saturday, July 5th. Thank you. Formed against me shall prosper. It won't work, and no weapon formed against me shall prosper. It won't work. Why should I feel discouraged? the shadows come, why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home when Jesus is my portion? A constant friend is He. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches over you and me, over you and me. This bird landed in my path, has not flown away, so I thought I would sing to it. They're usually flitting here and there, and this one has stayed with me as noisily as I'm coming down the street with my equipment. See, just hanging right with me. Okay, I see you. You're beautiful. Still here, walking with me. Okay, birdie, I see you. I see you, beautiful. I see you. Are you going to stay in my path this whole time here? I do whistle to the birds in my neighborhood. I think this bird knows me. Where are you? I know you're still here. I got to pull back to see you. Okay, there you are. May I take a picture, please?